have to do that, really. Look at the flags. Britain first, ready to move. Whoa. That's the motherfucking Crusader flag.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
The Templars. Yo, that's crazy.
God.
What the fuck?
This is insane. The policewoman standing up to the angry mob of Muslims is a hero.
This is crazy. This is about to look like Assassin's Creed out there, gang. Crazy.
And have conversations with them, but they're not being aggressive. They're not.
Someone girl come here, they just, you never know, he might get smashed up. What's the thing?
That's their risk. That's their risk.
I deal with the police. Because on the way, I heard them say an offensive word about the religion. I ignored it. I went, came back. On the way, he's talking.
These are just violent mobs of people that want to beat the shit out of anybody who disagrees with their religion.
I hate
the fact
that shit
these
too.
people are in Britain in the first place is
like,
a mistake.
Motherfuckers cannot agree to disagree for nothing, bro. That shit is so stupid.
I mean, everybody knows
Like-
these people are not British. It's just
Obviously. Obviously. But hold on. Everybody fucking should have an understanding by now. If you cannot verbally discuss a problem or verbally agree to disagree, then you're fucking an animal. You resolve to physical violence, you're an animal. You're a fucking fucked up dude. We don't like those kind of people in society. Like, what the fuck, bro? It's that simple. Imagine the evening on the couch. What do you want to eat? I don't know. Whenever, and they stop. Every day that would be that word. That would be the same shit every day. So what do you want to do? What do you want to eat? Oh, where you want to go? Yo, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah,
it's obvious.
Yeah, but it's like no.
Indecisive for a turn.
It's a colossal mistake letting them in the first place.
The word, but when hundreds of people are stopping, because what you say, there must be something wrong. Right? Yeah.
If there's a lot of us that are mad, that means that we're justified.
It's a contentious area.
So why is he doing that? Yeah.
What's the moral of the story? Is he allowed to do whatever he did?
He's allowed to do what he's doing.
Hate and freedom of speech.
There's a difference between hate and freedom of speech. See,
You see how they weaponize empathy? You see how they weaponize empathy, bro? They try to do that shit in America. That shit ain't flying, gang. Just because a person is saying something doesn't mean it's fucking. Just because a person says something, I don't give a fuck if he's calling you one ugly ass son of a bitch and you stink like shit. I don't give a fuck if he says all these things about you. This is called freedom of speech, sir. This is called freedom of speech, sir. So just because I said you smelly, you ugly as fuck, you're dumb as fuck, you're retarded, that does not qualify as hate speech. Like hate speech, well, hate speech is freedom of speech as well, sir. Like what the fuck, you gonna arrest me for saying how I feel about you or saying how I feel about your religion? Get the fuck out of here, bro. The victim mentality, yes, bro, yes, I'm tired of it. America is tired of that shit, bro. The victim mentality is over with, bro. That shit is done. What the fuck do my words have to do with how you, like, did I punch you in the fucking face with my words, sir? Like, what the fuck are you calling the cops? You sound like a bitch ass pussy made. Like, what the fuck, bro? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I hate these fucking victim mentality ass niggas, bro.
This is what people like this advocate for, you know, like this protection. But then whenever they have a majority, they'll totally oppress the people that are around them.
Like, how about you just use your own fucking words and talk back instead of fucking asking for a man to be arrested like a pussy ass nigga you are, bro? Like, what the fuck?
This is why you can never give these people any power.
Like, why not just talk back?
Why, in my opinion, I think they should just deport all of them. Like, there's a lot.
And
of
as a
like this in
victim, they
America,
try
I
to
think
get
that we should
through with their
denaturalize,
shit.
take their
Exactly,
citizenship
bro.
away and deport them.
Exactly.
Like, this is
They
a huge
weaponize
problem.
that shit. They weaponize empathy, bro. Like, we supposed to feel bad. We supposed to feel bad a man called you smelly, sir? I don't feel bad. What the fuck? Because that shit don't hurt you. What the fuck? Yo, these people is stupid.
That's a full hate crime, man.
It's not.
That shit's hilarious.
Fully against another religion.
If you're going against our religion is a hate crime.
That is insane. There it is. There it is. They saying the quiet part all out.
This is Whitechapel, Bengali area. Muslim area.
I understand if you guys don't want to hear it. I would recommend that you just move away and don't listen to him.
Yo, shout out that officer, bro. Not only she's pretty, but she has a fucking brain. She literally is telling these motherfuckers, if you don't like it, then walk your ass that way. He has the fucking freedom to say whatever the fuck he likes. You can't like stop a person from talking. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, just get the fuck out of here. Exactly. Problem solved.
You're going to stand here
But excuse me, we live here.
So we live here.
We came outside this.
Okay, I see the problem.
in his, he's not in your
I see the
house.
problem.
No, but end of the day, this is our community.
No, I hear you.
You don't see you don't see Muslims walking around insulting other faiths and religions.
You don't see Muslims walking around insulting other faiths?
Oh shit, yeah, right. I know he didn't just say that.
He's inciting hatred by saying cool. He did. He was calling our prophet a donkey.
No, that's not what he said.
Nigga, your prophet's a donkey. Shut the fuck
This
up.
ideology is just totally incompatible with Western values and Western culture. And this isn't all Muslims, by the way, but this type of like Islamist Islam,
Don't exist.
you just can't have it. You can't have it. And there's never going to be a point where these people are going to integrate. They're going to see your point of view. This is a radical extremist religion.
What you said, bro?
And it's also really important to keep in mind that for
You
these
don't need
people,
a gun either.
their
Just a
version
can
of Islamism
of
is
deo-
not a
deodorant.
religion, it's
They
a way of
run.
life. It's something that controls the way that they eat. It controls the way that they have
Facts.
relationships. It controls the way that they obviously pray
Chase these niggas
and
off the
practice
block.
spirituality.
Chase these niggas off the block with fucking Axe spray, bro. The deodorant spray. Chase these niggas off the block. They gonna go running. Like, I don't understand, bro. If you have a problem with freedom of speech, then move to a country where the fucking speech is not free, my brother. Then you could go and start trying to call for police to help you because somebody caught you a smelly person. Then, okay, that's your problem. You want to live in that society, go ahead. But we not changing our rules to fucking cater to your fucking victim mentality, bro. That shit is ridiculous.
It also affects the way that they do politics. It affects their economics. It affects everything. It's their law, Sharia law. And that's what these people want to do, is they want to take and replace British culture with their, Islamist, extreme, religious culture. This is just simply not going to happen.
Never.
This is not going to, and every single person, people are afraid to say this, but I think this needs to be said, is that in the same way that you shouldn't be going over to Saudi Arabia and telling all the Muslims, you need to let women drive, you need to let them vote, you need to let them wear this, they also need to not come over here and tell us, you need to stop doing this, you need to start doing this, this needs to be more like what we have. This is the main problem, is that these two ideologies and ways of life are completely incompatible.
Mm-hmm.
They are. They're totally incompatible. There's never going to be a point where
The West is completely incompatible with Islam, bro. And until people fucking wake the fuck up and realize that there's gonna be a lot of fucking problems in our countries, bro. In the West, our Western countries is gonna have a lot of issues because we just need to fucking respect that the West doesn't go coincide with the fucking with Islam, bro. It doesn't.
you have people who think that it's okay to kill people that they disagree with, that are able to
See
share a
much sick shit
harmonious
in
society
Afghanistan.
with
Many are
people who
nice
think that
people,
it's
but
okay
still
to be
enjoy it with
transsexual.
caution. That's what I'm
You just
saying, bro.
can't
It's
have
just it's a whole nother
It needs
lifestyle
to be
for them.
totally
So
shut down.
we should just
And I think people need to acknowledge
that
this
shit
as being
apart,
a
bro.
reality. Was the UK tour? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying in general, right? And yes,
and instead of worrying about how these people feel, let's protect our fucking values. How about that? Instead of worrying about how these people feel, let's protect our fucking values, bro. That's why I'm happy we got Trump, because America's first. And that's what it is, bro. America's first. If this is our country, we're gonna fucking worry about our country first. You can't be worrying about what the fuck these niggas feel, bro. Fuck their feelings. America's first, bro. That's simple.
it works for them. Look at Lebanon. I don't know what Lebanon is like. I mean, I have no idea. I don't want to go there. So, yeah, where do you think the breaking point is? I don't know yet. The people left in a Muslim country because they were too extreme there. Well, yeah, and that's what I think is also ironic is that a lot of the actual full Muslim countries, at least the developed, like well-established countries like Dubai, Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, right? I mean, like Syria now to a lesser extent, it's getting better. But the previous ones for sure, these guys would not even be allowed in there.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, how come they already have that understanding? They already know that Western values doesn't coincide with fucking Islam. How come we don't have that understanding? Why the fuck are we taking in people and they don't take in our people? Does that make sense? Like, are we fucking like actually that retarded that we're taking in people that do not go and coincide with our beliefs? We've taken them in, but yet we can't go over there and fucking live over there. Them niggas will fucking kick us the fuck out. What the hell? Like, that's a big sign, bro.
A lot of these cases, like their version of Islam is too extreme even for those countries, and those countries moderate the shit out of them, and they go after them and they get kicked out.
Shout out Dubai then. Dubai be kicking out Islam. I didn't even know that.
Like, that's it.
Shit,
And so
Dubai
it's like,
is
and
smart.
this is the other thing that a lot of people, Dubai's not a country, it's an area, right? Whatever you want to call it, right? It's an
This is
area
what
where there's people there.
First
And
the
so,
problem
well,
is
let's see
your
here,
own
Dubai's
country,
capital
and
city.
then you can help
Sure,
others.
right? But either way,
Yes,
yeah,
first the
based,
problems in your
exactly,
own
right?
country, and
This
then
will
you
end
can
in
help others.
bloodbath.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I guess who's destabilizing Middle East? I don't think you can blame, like, again, I don't care, like this whole idea that the idea that it's that it's like
That's what I'm
American or
saying.
Western destabilization.
That's what I'm saying. They don't allow our Western values in their fucking countries, bro. Come on, son. Those Muslim countries don't even have any fucking other religion in their politics. Like, you see how in our politics we still have some Muslims, we still have some this, that, and third, which I don't even believe in. I don't think that's a good fucking idea. But in those countries, they fucking shut that shit the fuck down. They like, nah, if you ain't Muslim, you ain't gonna be a fucking congressman. You ain't gonna be a congresswoman. You ain't gonna be a fucking mayor or a governor. You ain't gonna be none of that shit. You have to believe in our beliefs. And honestly, that's a smart fucking way of doing it, because now you know everybody has the same ideology. Like, if we all Western values, we all have the same Western ideology, then we should all protect that by only qualifying people of the same values to run our people and our country. Like, them niggas, they got it right, bro, out there in those in Muslim countries. Them niggas, they ain't holding that shit down. They like, ain't no corruption happening in our country. We all gonna be fucking fucked up together. Cause they all fucked up already, but like, them niggas shut that shit down, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's causing this problem is ridiculous. It is. A lot of these people are, they have a conqueror's mindset. These people want to go after and push their religion on other people. Then she defended him, found the original video because they called the police on a Christian preacher. Yeah, exactly, right? They're trying to shut this down. And so, like, to the extent that they're not, let me finish.
People have told me
That's it. Let me see here.
Let me order some food
Muhammad's a
before this
warlord.
fucking
Well, it's not
weather
really
get
about
bad.
Muhammad or anybody else. It's about a mindset of the people that are here today. And the mindset of the people that are here today, many of them want to push their religion and want to enforce their religion on new people and push that into new communities, new cultures, and then replace those cultures with their own ideology. And I think that the problem is
That is exactly what's going on in America, bro. Like, in Minnesota, I believe they invaded that shit so badly that they got the fucking Muslims involved in fucking all the politics. Now they're gonna try to switch laws and try to make it so that it's like an Islam state, basically. Like, people with brains could see that shit from a mile away, bro. These people literally do this shit on purpose to try to gain control. They're literal invaders if you think about it. That's what invasions look like. They invade from within. They see that we have a stupid ass a stupid ass way of living where we care so much about what other people think. We care so much about the victim that they use that to get inside the office and then start changing shit and making it worse for us, bro. Like, come on, son. It's common sense, gang. This is an invasion, bro.
Is that in the process of doing that, obviously there has to be violence. And so whenever people say no, instead of these people saying, okay, no means no, that's whenever they force their ideology. Even a moderate Muslim doesn't want you to be able to make fun of their religion or talk bad of their prophet. Well, I mean, whether they are or not, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't.
That's freedom of speech, brother.
I think that not wanting you to makes sense. Not making it illegal doesn't. Like, I can understand, like, if you're a Muslim and you don't want people making fun of the Quran, like, yeah, sure, of course I get that. But, like, if you want to make it against the law or you want to create a consequence for it, that's the big issue.
The teachings about what Muhammad taught, and I'm quoting it.
So this is the guy?
Do you believe this? And I'm telling them that Christianity preaches this. What's their basis of the message? I'm gonna go home. I just want to be worried about bias.
So this is the guy that we're all upset about?
I love it. I used to be Christian. But you can't be saying hatred word that Muhammad is a donkey. I didn't say that at all. What did you say? No, I said that Muhammad says in Sahih al-Bukhari that if a donkey brays, it's because it's seeing Satan.
It's seeing Satan? I could see that.
Do you believe that? I will advise you not to be speaking about Muhammad like that. No.
You see how aggressive they get? You see how aggressive they get? So you can't even challenge the word of Muhammad or Allah to these people, bro. That's why I love America, bro. You see motherfuckers debating them niggas all the time outside. Like, even on YouTube, you can see that shit. Motherfuckers have freedom of speech for a reason. We can have discussion, and that's how we get to the bottom of things. That's how we find the truth. When you silence people, especially when you silence people from speaking about your religion, that shows that your religion is corrupt. You just want to fucking control your people's minds, because now you don't have the freedom to discuss if there's some bullshit in your religion or not. Like, it's common sense, bro. We have the AFD party here, and they advertise with airplanes on their election posters. Gangsta. That's how it's supposed to be, bro. Freedom of fucking speech. Like, we have to have freedom to be able to talk about each other's beliefs and shit. If not, that's when it becomes like a slave type thing. Now you're a slave to that religion, and you cannot believe anything outside of it. That's fucking weird.
I'm not talking about Muhammad, that he's a donkey. It says in Sahih al-Bukhari 3303. Show it to you in bigger size here. The Prophet said, when you hear the crowing of roosters, ask for Allah's blessing, for their crowing indicates that they have seen an angel.
Yeah, this is just them talking about it. So, like, this is the person they're calling the police on, right? He's just, like, talking and having a conversation. He's not even yelling at anybody. You're an unbeliever, and that someone makes many Islamists deserves to have their head cut off. Yeah, and that's why those people, you've got to keep in mind that, like, those are the people that you have to keep out of your country. Like, and that's the problem, is that inside of an ideology like this, you have to avoid the people that are bringing it. Like, these people are basically bringing a...
You back me, boy?
A plague,
I'll be back.
right? This is a plague. This ideology and other ideologies. You don't let them come in here. Oh, this is it. Yeah, here it is. The second half of the video has gone viral after this amazing policewoman put radical Islamists in their place after they called the police to remove a Christian preacher in a Christian country. They kept saying this is a Muslim area.
I didn't really say much, but what I said, I forgot. You said yeah, I still haven't said much about that. The AFD party, that's like what, Democrat and Republican, like that? It's a party. What's the AFD party?
Yeah, exactly, right? And this is what they try and do. They try to take over areas, and then after they take over an area, then they try to enforce their own laws into that. How do you differentiate the extremists? Well, if somebody's extreme, you just kick them out. I mean, it's pretty simple. And I think that one way to remove extremists is to create environments where that extreme behavior isn't allowed. So, for example, like if you think that women have to be covered head to toe, you make it illegal to have a burqa. I think that's a great example of that. So you make something like that illegal, so that type of extremism is literally not even allowed. And so thank you. Find a full YouTube video. Yeah, this is what I saw before. No, this is amazing. Yeah, total fucking patriot. I love to see this. Absolutely. I'm a Muslim. I think that there's a lot
more
of
right-wing parties.
Honestly, the government, and this is another factor, is that I think that there can be a shared cultural appreciation and exchange
That's what's up.
between Muslim countries.
I'm leaning more right-wing nowadays because I was born a Democrat because my family. But now that I grew up and I have my own brain, I see that the Democratic Party went way too left, bro. Way too left. Like, they lost it, bro. They lost the plot, so... Now I'm literally a conservative, full-on Republican, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I can't take that Democratic bullshit anymore.
In Christian countries, but I think that this weird middle ground that we're kind of we're inventing and engineering on purpose, where we're allowing a bunch of these people who are, you know, radical Muslims to come into Europe and America, I think that it's actually pushing more xenophobia. I think that it's making it worse because everybody can see what this problem is, but people are afraid to talk about it because they don't want to be seen as racist or Islamophobic.
That's the problem.
But I think that if there wasn't this pressure from like the current environment, I think that you'd see a lot more shared understanding between, for example, like Muslim and Christian communities. And I think that the lack of policing and the lack of boundaries is actually causing more xenophobia than if we had just basically said, hey, you can't do this here, stop doing this, period, right? Is that how you tell which extremists and which are differentiate? Well, I don't know. I mean, there's like 50 different ways you can do that, right? And if we don't stand up, it's over. Yeah, definitely. And I think it's very important to keep in mind that, like, I mean, Western countries are built off of Christianity. They are built off of Christianity, Roman law, and Greek philosophy. If you have a problem with that, go somewhere else. You don't go to China.
With today's
and
politics,
complain
if
about
you were in the
communism,
middle
do you?
10 years
It's
ago,
fucking retarded.
you are now on the
Go
right
somewhere
side.
else.
Exactly. That's how I feel.
Not Judaism. I mean, not really. Slippery slope. Next thing, there'll be a Slavic area. Yeah, exactly, right? Well, they want the xenophobia. Yeah, I think there's some cases that most of Europe is atheistic, though. I said Christian culture. Christian culture is different than the Christian faith. So, for example, in Christian culture, people observe and celebrate things like Easter and Christmas. That doesn't mean that they necessarily think that, you know, Jesus is real and everything. And there's also like a list of shared values that most Christians generally have. And I think that obviously there's going to be extremes like the Amish or, you know, to some degree, sometimes Mormons, right? And then you're going to have other extremes like Methodists who think that you can have like a lesbian woman, you know, like a fucking priest. And so you're going to have extremes with that too. But in a general sense, there's a shared understanding of what makes sense. And so how people know Christianity didn't originate in the West? Well, it's not about whether it originated or not. It's about the...
It's simple, bro. It's like, look at the Muslim countries that allow people to beat their wives if they don't listen to their husband, right? Now, look at a Western value country, no matter where you look, America or Europe, it is illegal to beat your wife for not listening to you. So I believe exactly what the fuck Zach said. All we need to do to keep these people from bringing their bullshit, shitty ass culture over here is just making the shit that they do illegal. No hijabs, no praying on the floor, no praying wherever the fuck you want to, whenever the fuck you want to. Like, you can pray wherever you want to, whenever you want to, but no praying on the floors, no fucking hitting people, no hitting your wife, no fucking... Just make certain shit that they have to do to keep their religion illegal, and then they'll keep that shit the fuck out of here because they can't practice it no more. It'll be illegal then.
This is the way that we've been
That
doing
would be the
things for a
best
long
way to
time.
keep them the fuck out.
I think that
Keep their
they're all
culture the fuck
Abrahamic
out.
religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. They all basically came from the same place. Like, I mean, this is inevitably true, right? Everybody knows this.
Islam is openly stating their plan to conquer America. Unfortunately, we are not England, so it's not going very well for them. We have a lot to talk about. The gigantic
Facts!
debate of Muslims versus dogs.
Aren't New Yorkers
continues.
generally
In the
aggressive?
United
Yeah.
States,
Yeah.
Islam is coming in and
I'm aggressive too, but only towards other men. I would never do that to a woman. But women, in general, in New York, they like a weak version of a boy. Like they will fucking try their hardest to fuck you up, but they still weak.
they say they want to ban dogs because dogs are haram or halal, whatever, and then everyone else is like, well, actually, we prefer dogs to Muslims, and that's a pretty massive debate. It's pretty insane. We got to talk about the UK because the
Depends,
UK
though.
civil war is actually getting started. A lot of people are really
Depends
angry
on
at
the
each other
culture
because all of a sudden
of the
someone
girl.
wants to
Like if she
deport
was brought up, if the girl was brought up in a household with no father in the household, then most likely, yeah, she's gonna put hands on you. She's gonna punch you in the face and shit like that. Because, like I said, that's a thing out here in New York, bro. In America in general, they fucking, especially in sanctuary cities, they literally pay you to leave your fucking baby fathers. So it's like there's a lot of households without fatherhood in there. And if there's no fatherhood in the household, they can't teach their daughters that a man is far more stronger than you, and you should learn to respect your husband by not putting hands on him. But that would never happen. It will never work, bro. It's not gonna work in New York, especially not New York. Too many bitches choose the government over their husbands and shit.
people that force sexual acts upon women. And I only have one thing to say about that.
Stop raping, sir.
That's all I have to say. I don't want anyone that doesn't abide by that simple.
Nah, you should be alright, bro. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm talking about how it is to live in New York. Growing up in New York, I done been in a lot of fights and shit like that. But if you just visiting New York and shit, you shouldn't have no issues, bro. Just mind your business. And from the sounds of it, how you are, it sounds like you're the type of person to be respectful, anyways. So respect will get you a long way in New York. That's it. Just respect, and respect will be given. And on top of that, mind your business. That's a big thing. Mind your business. Even if you see a man arguing with his girl or fighting with his girl, mind your business. Because in New York, like I said, a girl will turn her back. I mean, a girl will fight her man, but then if you get involved and try to fight her man for you, she will probably stab you in the back. So learn to mind your business in New York. That's a big thing. Mind your business, and respect goes a long way. And that's it. That's all you need to know, gang. You'll be safer than ever.
Simple reality in my country. It's Ramadan. Ramadan started, which means that everyone is.
Word. Mind your business, though. That's a big one, bro. Like, people might feel like you might feel bad for a person and shit, but you don't know the full story. You never know the full story, son. So you could get involved in some shit and end up hurt really bad. So best thing to do is mind your business. And if you feel like the person is like really getting harmed or something, call 911. Whatever. Just don't show the person you're calling 911.
Describe it in the intro. Essentially, we're gonna watch a lot of Islamic crash outs. It's pretty diabolical. So first, this is what they said at their giant gathering when they dominated Times Square.
With us, all the haram and the evils that are in this place get eradicated.
This place is America, by the way.
So we are indeed a threat. It's as simple as that. So remember this right now. When I travel to Palestine...
You seen this shit right now, brother? You seen this shit? I'm I respect it. But you see this shit, brother? Like, what in the fuck is this? Was not going on in New York. Let's say 2 years ago, this shit was not going on. I don't know about last year. Last year, this shit wasn't even going on either. I think this shit was going on for me. This shit was not going on, bro. Now all of a sudden, these niggas is crowding around in Times Square, doing this fucking prayers on the streets, bro. Are you serious? You remember what I said? We need to make fucking praying on the floor illegal. That's what I mean, bro. If we do that, all these people gotta go. Even in Japan, they do it. Oh my God. This was not an issue, bro. This was not a thing here, though. That's what I'm trying to. The only reason why this is a thing here now is because we fucking allowed Mondamni into office, bro. That nigga is our mayor now. So they allowing this shit to go on. If this shit was another mayor, they would have been like, hold on, what? Bunch of people sitting on the road, fucking what? Nah, get that shit the fuck out of here. Bro, this was never a thing in New York City, gang. I'd never seen this shit before. These people are growing in the numbers and they fucking starting to like literally show us that they want to conquer our city, bro. Import the third world, become the third world. Yo, bro, I do not want to be the third world gang. Yeah. It's the blue states. It's that you gotta remember too, New York is predominantly a blue state, so almost everybody out here is fucking Democrat, bro. I'm surrounded by the ops. I ain't gonna lie. That's why when I went to Florida, I felt at home, bro. Cause over there is a lot more Republicans. Everything was a lot more conservative, a lot more safer. They even had way more police patrol out there. Over here, I feel like it's fucking different, bro. It's a huge difference, bro.
I am remembering every single one of you in our du'as.
It's so weird because Palestine's not really a country that ever existed. But anyway, I guess you must have imagined it. Now, Islamic event in Times Square. With us, all the haram gets eradicated. We are a threat. Nux, why do you say things just to annoy people? Just to annoy people. It's incredibly effective. It works very badly. Like these guys, you don't understand. After generations of inbreeding, these people have very, very major issues controlling their temper. So you just need to say a little thing, and you get an amazing reaction. It's part of the reason why so many people hate me these days, but it's worth it. Anyway, so this is what actual domination of New York looks like.
Giving that, yo, make some noise from the water right now, baby. MashaAllah, yeah. Takbir! Oh, don't scare them, brothers. Relax. They're over here on purpose to be like, oh my God. Who's seen those videos where they're like, oh my God, the Muslims are taking over New York? So you seen those? You seen those?
You telling me this isn't a takeover right here? You telling me this isn't a takeover, my boy?
Let them know that we are taking over New York City.
Oh nah, he just said the quiet part out loud. That is crazy.
No, I'm really glad. Thank God that our enemies are retarded. You know, every day.
He literally said the quiet part out loud, bro.
Thank you for making my enemies retarded. Listen, I'm not even talking about low IQ. You know, due to 1,400 years of inbreeding. I'm not even getting there. All right. Asmongold got into a whole beef with that. And we're going to talk about that later with the Somalis. But essentially, it's really nice that they're basically saying it themselves. All right, so here's another angle of the most performative religion I've ever seen in my entire life. Right, this is even Sneeko managed to show up.
Oh my God, I hate this dude Sneeko too, bro. This dude is so disingenuous.
Yeah, actual, straight up, unironic colonization happening. Straight up. By the way, for those of you that aren't aware, there are 200 mosques in New York City. All right, there's a reason why they're deciding to do it by closing off all of Times Square. They all bend over, imagining a very masculine goat stands behind them.
They all bend over, imagining a masculine goat standing behind them.
Anywho, it doesn't stop.
Oh my God,
that's
that's hilarious.
for hours, but essentially, there were hours of these guys they closed off all of Times Square. The men of Al Zut were watching on the side. And these guys are quite literally doing their thing. It's pretty incredible stuff. Now, all I know is, you see a random Jew anywhere, and these guys are like, holy shit, America's controlled by the Jews. All right, and then you see they close off the biggest city in the world.
Nah, Jews, I ain't gonna lie, Jews, they definitely been a problem
They close
out
up
here.
the biggest city in the world for
The Jews been doing this shit. I ain't gonna hold you, gang. Jews, they got it. When it comes to taking over, they got it. Cause nigga. My favorite game, Google your birthday and then type Florida man behind and watch the news article for a real try. What? Google your birthday and then type Florida man behind and watch the news article. What? Well, I ain't gonna lie, there is a lot of crazy people in Florida. There is a lot of people. I think I heard that one before actually. But anyways, what I was saying, oh yeah, the Jews, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This is a new phenomenon. This Islam shit. This is a new phenomenon. It was like they was here, yeah, but it wasn't this aggressive. Like it wasn't this much of them for many many years. But the Jews, I witnessed this shit, bro. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, bro. Bed-Stuy, right next to fucking Marcy Projects. I witnessed from a very young age that there was no Jews around, like very little if there was. To now, as a grown adult, the whole fucking Brooklyn where I grew up in is owned by Jews now, bro. It's literally all Jewish people, bro. That shit is like gentrification times 300, bro. Like they took over Brooklyn, bro. All over Brooklyn, bro. So from me seeing that going on, this is starting to worry me because now it's like we got a whole nother society we gotta fucking worry about coming over here fucking shit up.
How would that work for these? That's irrelevant. So anyway, so they all, you know, they're doing their thing, you know, showing that they're conquering New York and stuff like that, which is pretty nice. It's really nice to see. Really appreciate that. Meanwhile, Zohran Mamdani, mayor of New York, is obviously first of all letting it happen. But second of all, this is the funniest shit in the universe.
I already know what he's gonna bring up. This motherfucker tell me how he's for no voter IDs, bro. So he don't want motherfuckers to show their ID to vote. But then he tells everybody, hey, we have a job for you guys for the blizzard that's coming to hit New York. Do you guys want to get paid to shovel snow? We need 2 forms of ID and your social security. Like, what? You don't want us to show ID for voting, but you need 2 forms of ID and a fucking social security card in order to shovel snow? That is insanity, bro. Like, that doesn't show the fucking... Bro, that shit doesn't show the corruption in our voting situation. I don't know what... Like, come on, bro.
He needs 2 IDs to get people to plow snow. He is fighting to shut down voter ID in the United States to steal elections, obviously. But he needs you to show ID to
I don't know. Bah means bah.
We're utilizing 3 DSNY vans and 2 DSNY buses to transport shovelers where they need it faster. And for those who want to do more to help your neighbors earn some extra cash,
tell them niggas
you
bah
can
means
become
bah.
an emergency snow shoveler.
Wow.
Just show up at your local sanitation garage between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. tomorrow with your paperwork, which is accessible online at nyc.gov/snow, and you can get started right away.
Wow, so you need ID and paperwork to shovel snow, but you shouldn't need ID or paperwork
to vote for your president.
To vote in elections. Well, obviously, otherwise this guy probably wouldn't be the mayor of New York City right now. If, in my opinion, if not for the fraud in New York City, this dude would not have won the election. But he did, because all the foreigners voted for him. Isn't that nice? So anyway, paperwork. What are they, Nazis? Yeah. So essentially,
what are they, Nazis?
Right. So
paperwork to shovel snow, okay? That is insane.
It did not have the discounts. It does not have the free grocery stores. They're not taxing the rich yet. They will. They're planning on cutting library funds because he's like, hey, most of these migrants that are coming into New York, they don't actually know how to read anyway. We're bringing in illiterate people, ideally. It's best for us. So they're cutting library funds. He's out of money completely because he's a communist, and that never works. But
Never.
I'm sure that all of his supporters will be very happy to see this.
Mr. Mayor, what did you break your fast with?
Nah, I don't, bro. My humor is dark, so I don't care. Shit is funny. Freedom of speech, bro. Like I said, words.
I smell it.
I was brought up the right way. I was brought up the right way, my dude. Sticks and stones would never. I mean, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt. That is something that all kids must learn at a young age, bro. They must learn that shit at a young age. Cause if not, then they gonna grow up soft as fuck, thinking that words actually hurts you. Like words could never hurt you, brother. Like if anything, that shit is. Come on, bro. These people, they mental. They literally mental because their parents didn't teach them well. I was raised well, bro. So I know the difference. I don't give a fuck. You can say whatever you like. It doesn't hurt me. I don't care. I'll probably crack something right back at you,
He's
my
fasting
dude.
on Ramadan,
Fuck
by
is
the
you
way.
talking?
I'm sure you're aware. You have to understand. So Ramadan, for those of you that are unaware,
Exactly.
is
Don't
it's
cry
a
over
holy
stuff
month.
someone
It's a very
say.
holy
Exactly,
month
bro.
For Islam, where essentially they fast all day for about 8 hours, and then they have a massive meal right before it and a massive meal right after it. In fact, a lot of instances of people dying because of obesity-related issues happens during Ramadan. During Ramadan, ram it down, some would say, they gain weight because they eat 4,000 calories before their 8-hour fast, and then they eat 4,000 calories after their 8-hour fast. All right, so these guys are really, they're suffering and fasting while all that's going on. It's pretty insane. Anyway, this is Texas, all right? It's not just New York.
In Texas too? There's no way. Texas? Nah, bro. That's a red state, bro. These niggas is pulling this shit off in Texas? Nah, what's going on? You notice how they not on the floor though? Cause I'm pretty sure they niggas, the police officers in Texas don't play. They probably drag their ass up off the floor. So, what the fuck are they doing? I never seen this before.
Dog, why don't you do it at home? I don't understand. What? Nux, you're radicalizing me? What? You don't want this to happen to your culture? You don't want this to happen to your city? What do you mean? You must be racist and Islamophobic if you don't want high culture like this in your society. See, I have a very, very, very low bar as to like when it comes to immigration. All right, if you
Where's the
respond poorly to
cowboy
this,
with
I don't
pew
want you
pews
here.
and pimples? That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? This is supposed to be Texas. Holy shit. They supposed to fucking stop that shit. Like, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit ass fucking.
Stop raping, sir.
That's my stance, essentially. All right.
Stop
that's
raping,
my
sir.
stance. Let me
Nah,
talk
that's my
about
stance.
immigration, all right. If you respond poorly to this, I don't want you here.
Stop raping, sir.
That's my stance, essentially. All right. That's my stance. Any culture that can't follow that simple instruction, I just don't want them to be here. All right.
Fox. Fox. If you can't follow those simple instructions, you can't be here, sir. Yo, I'm in tears. Nigga said, stop raping, sir. To a fucking.
My guy, dude. There's the war. It's
What
over,
is
bro.
this?
Gaza
This is
started a
Texas?
war. They lost miserably.
There's no way
It's
this is
over.
Texas,
What
bro.
are we doing?
They're not even talking. I refuse to believe that was the actual language, bro.
Yeah, I'm singing too. For those of you fake cowboys, what do you mean? They're the real cowboys according to AOC. You didn't know that cowboys.
That
came
shit
from
sound like
Islam?
they was
Anyway,
having a stroke.
So, essentially, this is what we're dealing with. All right, so that's Austin, Texas. All right, and it's just gonna get worse. All right, you think it's bad now? Islam is still a pretty major minority in the United States for now. In one generation, it won't, but for now, it is. All right, thank God we're not the UK. I just think it's important to understand that, and I'll show you what's going on in the UK in a minute. Now, you're probably wondering, how is it that in Texas, of all places, 50 mosques were just opened in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in 24 months? That's a lot. Well, it turns out, and I find this pretty interesting.
I'm going to tell you why it's always important to follow
This
the
is
money. And we're going to
insane.
start with a Pakistani man named Syed Havad Anwar.
This
now,
is
Anwar was elected to the Texas Board of Higher Education in 2015 by Greg Abbott. Now, who is this random Pakistani man? He's actually the owner of Midland Energy. Midland Energy obviously produces oil and gas for the state of Texas, and although appointed in 2015 to the Texas Board of Higher Education, in 2020 you'll be glad to know that he was Greg Abbott's top donor
Oh
of
my.
$5,590,000.
Greg Abbott, governor of Texas.
Oh, nah. This shit gets deep. This shit gets deep. So even though this motherfucker was just head of the Department of Education, he was still able to fucking invade, bro. That's crazy, bro. That is insane. He fucking gave these people in Texas $5 million? $5 million. These people sold the country, infiltrated, bro.
It's a coincidence. They can't just pay you to sell out your country, right?
In Greg Abbott's current election cycle, this man has already became the top donor with a whopping $2,897,086. Now, with the
Another one?
Pakistani man being his top donor, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. So if you're ever sitting here questioning why Greg Abbott isn't putting a stop to the Islamic invasion happening in Texas, there's your answer.
Yeah, for the record, this is a map of Dallas. This is Pakistan, okay? Now, anyway,
That
the
bro, we
Somali
literally fucked
Islamic
ourselves with this
community
one.
is having, like, first of all,
I don't know why in the fuck we bring, like, what benefits us bringing these people into our country, gang? And then they have the audacity to ask for money, bro. That shit is insane to me,
how did you know I was Salami?
bro.
And like, dude, I'm not trying to be rude. How did you know? How did you know I was Somali just by looking at me? All right. Anyway, I'm not trying to be rude here. But
Yep.
anywho,
That's exactly what it is, brother. That's exactly what it is. And our country refused to fucking say it because they scared to be called racist. But this is their culture, bro. We found this out. Like they the one who put it out there. You could Google that in their culture they allowed that shit to go on. So therefore, how is we racist for stating facts? I don't understand that shit, bro.
Program fits into our
criteria.
of small business owners.
They got her to speak, by the way. Remember, the lady on the mic was the one that the community decided would be the best to speak for the community. Tapeworm phenotype, for real, for real.
Those who make 200,000 and above. We don't make
Tapeworm phenotype.
We have been suffering since the crisis of ICE.
So you mean that they've been suffering since the crisis of ICE, ladies and gentlemen? What are you talking? What do you mean the crisis of ICE? 85% of Somalis are unemployed, all right? It might be a slightly
That's the
radicalizing
crisis.
fact, but we are importing retards into our country because, yes, the average IQ of Somalis are 68, all right? This is a true fact. Really, every time I tell people to look this up, they don't believe me. They're like, what? No! Yeah, but no, real. For real. That's it. And then she's out there. She picks up the microphone. She says, return the slab or suffer my curse. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, it's diabolical. We're out of here. This is so sad. They're investigating our
Fuck you, I'm
fraud, and suddenly
6'3", 226 pounds.
We also demand
Nobody say that I'm racist. They go out my way. Them niggas is scared. Them niggas will never call you racist, boy. Oh, not to your face at least. Fuck.
our community deserves safety. Justice for those who lost their lives defending the community.
Bro.
Somalis lost.
Bro, what Somali? Named one Somali that lost their life in Minnesota due to ICE, bro. Name one of them. That is so delusional, bro. And look how she looks retarded. She looks retarded. He looks retarded. They all look retarded, bro. All three of them.
Don't worry, ladies and
That
gentlemen.
shit's insane.
As low as the IQ
We can't even
test,
use
it
you for the
doesn't matter.
military,
This is
but
the
you're supposed to
mayor
be
of
able to come here and take
Rotherham
all
in
of our benefits, live in our country freely. Get the fuck out of here.
الحبيب صلى الله تعالى على محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
The mayor of Rotherham conquered without firing a single bullet. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Coming soon. Coming soon in the UK. I hope you're excited. I hope everyone's excited for what's happening next. All right, so anyway, in the UK, Piers Morgan has been on such an unbelievable tear lately. This has been incredible.
Aside from your feelings, what have you cited? Give me some documents. Why not read Dr. Ella Cobain?
By the way, this guy's defending the Pakistani grooming gangs in England.
She's written about these lies around quote-unquote grooming gangs, which is not even a criminal category that...
Excuse me, what?
...has... Look at who the majority of people... Ella Cobain, Dr. Ella Cobain.
He's like, whoa. Excuse me, what? Did you not forget the Nux doctrine of immigration?
Stop raping, sir.
This is the bar.
That is the bar. Facts.
What are we doing?
Oh my God.
And understand these things rather than working from the space.
Hey guys, build a line and try to catch the butterfly at the end. Yo, don't lie.
It's not a criminal category. People are not prosecuted on the basis of grooming gangs. That's a media term which was used to promote...
A media term which the media was, by the way, covering up for a decade. That there are Pakistani grooming gangs raping English kids.
this Islamophobic idea of the world. That
Sorry, it's Islamophobic.
Oh
if
my
you
God.
notice that there are hundreds of thousands of pedophile Pakistani Muslims coming into our country and raping our children.
Islamophobic, bro. I hate this Islamophobic bullshit because nobody's scared of Islam, brother. I was never like nobody ever said I was scared of Islam. How am I scared of Islam for saying you guys have a bunch of retards who molest and rape people? Like, come on, gang. Like, this is factual, and I am not scared of you guys. So therefore, I could never be Islamophobic, bro. Whatever the fuck you just said. My mom says life is like a box of chocolates. Fuck. That's what they say, bro. Oh my god, son.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the zenith. The zenith.
No, just sorry, I can't let that go.
I can't let that go. Yeah, you don't fucking say. It's unbelievable. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard. Grooming gangs are laws, not a criminal category. Piers Morgan, raping young British girls isn't a crime. It's a media term meant to push Islamophobia. You can't make this up, man. This might be the saddest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. This might be the saddest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, but anyway, apparently we're supposed to just make believe this is normal. Now, anywho, this is a pretty interesting story that's been happening in England lately. So this is a Muslim man, a straight white Christian male, as you can see. This guy is...
They called him a Christian male? What? Nah. I hope he's just trolling.
And
oh no,
February
UK
20th,
Muslim murder.
He was sent to prison for 5 years. Are you ready? Are you ready for what he did, ladies and gentlemen? He had a dog massacre family house. He murdered 41 dogs, starved and tortured them to death in his little Muslim murder home of puppies in England. That's right. That's right. That's what we got. That's it. Yup, that's right. He would starve them to death. He had a little hole in his basement where he kept 21 live dogs and a cat in little dirty holes with no food and water, and he starved them to death.
Why would you do that?
That's right. That's what he did. It's a very...
Why would he do that? Like, what the fuck kind of sick bastard just wants to do that? And wouldn't it be fucking strange? Like, why would you want to hear a bunch of dogs barking and shit all day, all night because they starving under your house? Like, what is wrong with this person, bro? That is insanity. Yo. No respect for life. For real, bro. This shit is sickening, bro. Like, just like, how could you ignore fucking a living thing fucking crying out for his life under your house? You're that demented, you're that demonic, like you're that sick that you could just ignore fucking dogs and cats crying for help, bro. Yo, this person's sick. May police be upon this man. Holy shit.
Very long, very sad story, but essentially, that's crazy. So anyway, so this dude was just arrested in England for that. That's insane. Now, this is one of the scariest fucking videos I've ever seen. You know, a lot of people like work on horror movies and horror films. There is not a single horror movie or horror film ever that's as scary as this. Right, you go to your door.
Oh yes.
And motherfucker is just standing there looking into like what?
Dogs are classified as unclean in Islam, like pigs and non. Yeah.
Just standing there.
Nigga, let Mandamni. I haven't heard Mandamni bring nothing up about this shit yet. But let Mandamni say something like that, bro. It's so over for him. Like, the majority of New Yorkers love their pets, bro. And any pet owner is not gonna go for that, bro. It doesn't even matter if they don't own a dog. They not gonna go for that, bro. So that man, he better not die on that hill. If he says something about that shit, he's not getting voted into office again. That nigga will definitely get the boot.
For like an hour.